know that, you know.
We're
Anyway,
live.
we live. Anyway, it's like we were saying. Go ahead, Shalisa. You can continue what you were saying.
Oh, something about the eggs. I haven't noticed the prices change. They've been high for a long time, so I don't know why all of a sudden we're
Yeah.
talking about it even
It,
more.
so, like I was saying, it's like when COVID hit, right? N- Looking back at it, think about this for a millisecond. Wouldn't you have thought that all the cold medicine that you can name would be off the shelf, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have thought that everybody would have bought every fucking thing that they could have, right? Nope. You know what they bought? Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Well, there was a reason behind that, though. That even started before COVID.
A little bit, yeah, it did. It did start a little bit before it.
That was due to a fire that destroyed one of the major plants that like supply the wood and paper or whatever for the toilet paper, and it really devastated it started in Australia. That's how you find shit out when something in Australia starts to go to where it's scarce and they don't have a whole lot and people start panic buying. That's because they don't produce everything there for themselves. You know what I mean? They import a lot of their things.
Yeah.
So toilet paper is one of the big things they imported. So once you realize that there was a toilet paper shortage in Australia, say tomorrow you wake up and they say there's a shortage of something in Australia. Well,
Right.
by God, in about 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be short here too.
Well,
Yeah, now that eggs are expensive, I want to eat more.
Like I said earlier, though, I'm not seeing these egg things. I go to the grocery store. There's every single cooler is full of eggs, and it's only $2.99 or whatever, $2.79.
well,
And I'm wondering if it's because of where my location is, because Ohio's full of fucking egg farms. I mean, one of the largest egg farms is in Ohio. I wonder if it's because of distribution. Like you can buy a cowboy hat and a pair of cowboy boots in Texas a lot cheaper than you can in Maine.
Yep.
I just wonder if it's that type of situation where the people that are seeing all these egg shortages are in areas that don't have a whole lot of farm area. You know what I mean? To have the local, farmers contributing to their area. I don't know.
So we're paying 14. Well, at this one particular supermarket, all right, we're paying $14 a pound.
No, it is
for cod.
For cod?
No, it's just with the chair.
That's like a damn 300% increase, isn't it, Mikey?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Let me.
The other side.
Because I'm on the site, so I'm trying
to. The thing is tilted. It's not because of the carpet.
Oh my God, it's so cheap because it was broken.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, so I fixed it. So Charlie and you popped it back out. I need to put it back together.
Oh. I don't know.
Oh, I think I know where Stevie might be because he said something earlier that he was warming up the outhouse.
Or was
it? Man. You picked a winter to start using an outhouse. Good God. What's the matter, honey? You've been looking around for what, 15 minutes? You need a lighter or something?
Look for a crack torch.
Crack torch. There you go. That's for my meth pipe.
I prep for it.
Who's that?
Hi, Gunpowder Beauty.
Hey, guys. What's up? Good to see everybody.
Do you have gunpowder on?
Great to see you. What's that?
She should have it inside the text.
I'm trying to. No, I know, but I'm trying to see how much. It won't tell me how much they are. Oh, I guess the outhouse warmed up.
No, don't turn it into a food chat. Hide that.
No, it's a barbecue flavored granola bar. It's the most terrible thing I've ever ate.
I don't know why you
Smoky barbecue. That does sound terrible.
I'm adventurous. I wanted to try it, and you can't hit a home run with weird food.
What did
always.
he fall out again?
Hi,
Who fell out?
Stevie.
Ohio?
Hello.
Ohio fell out.
As soon as I hear barbecue on something weird, it's like, what flavor are they trying to hide?
Yeah, they won't let me Facebook message you, by the way. I read it to Shalisa and Dish. For some reason I can't, it won't let me it won't let me yes, you.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. It won't let me Facebook message you. I read it to, like I said, I read it to the girls. I can't find it. It's not here. I don't know why. There's butter. Where else would I find it? What department would eggs be in the grocery store?
Dairy, maybe.
I looked at dairy. It's not on the dairy.
And by the way, Shalisa, I used the link that you sent, and I was there all by myself. I don't know what chat that's for.
I sent you the one from last week, probably. I've done that before. No, nobody here.
You ain't got to make up a lie, dude. I already told him that you had to wait for the outhouse to get cold or get warm.
Oh, okay, smart ass. I'll send the link she sent me to you.
There is a good bonus, a good thing when it comes to a cold outhouse. It don't smell as bad.
So at Walmart, a dozen eggs is $5.23. Yeah, it says in Massachusetts, egg prices are high due to bird flu and inflation. Inflation, my ass. It's only in December 2024, the average price of a dozen eggs was $4.15. January 2025, $5.88 to $6 a dozen for fucking eggs.
Right.
For fucking eggs.
Yep.
There's no, I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. There's no, like I said, you know, when cod goes up, cod went up because the cod decided to swim out further. Chickens don't fucking fly fucking away from the fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? It's just, come on. It's just fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid.
What's fucking? What are you talking about?
Is Stevie frozen? Yeah, Stevie's frozen.
Yoo-hoo.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. We hear you. You're just not moving.
Hold on a minute.
Okie dokie.
You do have audio, so don't.
Ohio, and I accidentally clicked on it, and it took me to another chat again.
Fucking Ohio, stop sending him links.
Hold on, I'm going to go out and come back.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Gunpowder, what are you doing out there, kid?
Kid.
Can somebody send her a link too? Preferably not last week's or last time I had one.
Send GB a link.
Yes, please.
Okay. Load.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're moving now. Now I can see you. Where's the missus? Not that I don't like you, but where's the...
She went down south again to do some, well, she had a family birthday party, and then she's house sitting.
Oh.
She flew the coop.
Mikey Lumbersnack is playing a game on the laptop. I'll spend most of the time muted. All right.
Well, I sent it anyways.
Tell Lumbersnack to get the fuck off the fucking laptop. How fucking hard is that? Ohio, it says device is not. Why are you in here twice, Ohio? I'm not going to click on. Are you here, Ohio? Oh, now he's not. There was two of them. He was up
Where's
top,
two
and he was down the
Ohio?
bottom trying to get in.
I had to switch from my phone to my tablet, so
Oh,
Look at all those beautiful faces.
right. But anyways, how the fuck has everybody been?
Awesome. Oh, good. You're live.
Oh yeah, I've been live for 10 minutes and 39 seconds.
Awesome. I'm trying to find the chat. All I see is private chat.
So when's the last time I was on?
Ed, about 6 months ago. Hey, there they are.
6 months ago.
Hey, everybody. What's up, Gunpowder Beauty? Prep for it? Wow, prep for it. What's
yeah,
up?
Brett came in and say hi. Yeah, I love that. I love when people do that.
What?
Let's see. How long ago was it?
Well,
Yes,
Ohio said he's been sitting alone at the house playing with himself for over
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Well, guess what?
That's all.
Ohio knows how to do a chat. He could have done it himself.
Ooh,
I could have,
wow.
but then none of you guys would have been on it. It would have been my other friends.
Bang.
It's cool, friends.
So, Dish, I yelled at a friend of mine at work.
Uh-oh.
Uh oh.
Yeah, so we fish on this river near my house, and it's a river. It's not a, you know what I mean. It's a major
Right.
river, and so parts of it freeze. So he calls me up. He says, "Hey, Mike." I go, "What?" He goes, "You got to come with me."
You smell like French fries.
I'm like, "Where you going?"
On the fry.
He says, "No." He says, "I'm fishing." I said, "Where you fishing?"
Yep.
He says, Remember when we were in the cove on the river?" I go, "Yeah." He says, "I'm fishing in the cove." I go, "Do me a favor, stay right where you are. I'll be there in 10 minutes." I go flying down there and I'm fucking screaming at him at the top of my lungs. "The fuck after you, fucking idiot." I said, "I am not jumping in there after you. You're going to drown and I'm going to watch you." So he comes up, gets all this shit, comes up. He goes, "What's the problem?" I go, "What's the problem?" I said, "You high?" He says, "No, what are you talking about?" I goes, "Dude, what's underneath that fucking ice?"
Water, current.
Yeah. I go, "Remember how we had an issue?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "What do you think? It's stopped because it's winter?"
Am I getting like major deja vu, or did Mike tell this exact same story like a month ago?
And the month before that. I'm just kidding. No, I haven't heard it.
Dude, it's been too long.
Oh, I wanted to kill him.
I bet so.
I wanted to kill him.
Boy,
But yeah.
come in here and lay down next to me, smelling like French fries and hamburgers.
But we went to this lake. It was nice. Last week before last. Week before last. That fucking prick, he caught 2 pike. A perch.
Okay, one of you techies tell me this. I can see the chat, the text, but how do I text?
You can't. You have to go back. You have to.
Do YouTube.
No, you have to do.
Are you talking on StreamYards, Stevie?
No, he's on his phone. So you have to scroll up to the top and then hit. There should be a red button that says chat. Hit that.
Mine-
and then
Mine's
you'll
at the
see-
bottom. It says join the chat in blue.
Oh, really?
And it just says, I
And then
hit chat, and it says chat with everyone in the studio.
So hit that and see what happens.
If you hit the join the chat, it connects you to a YouTube.
Yeah, but then I'm worried about echo. I think I just went into the private chat, or did it?
Yeah.
Why would it echo? Did it go in the private chat?
Yes, it's testing.
That's right. Yeah, that's the private chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, crap.
You see where it says chat and then it says comments.
I don't want to enable.
No, see where it used to say comment. Now it says join the chat.
Right. You have to hit that.
Chat with everyone that's
Yes.
comments. Join chat on YouTube. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
We used to be able to type in StreamYard and it would show up on YouTube, but I don't think it does that anymore. I think you have to actually join the chat through YouTube through StreamYard somehow. I don't know.
Well, now it wants my email and crap.
Yeah, because it wants to connect to your channel. That's why I don't worry about it. I just, you know what I mean? I'm on the panel. I'm on the panel, so I really don't. If I want to, I'll just say something instead of typing it. But I like to. I usually pull it up on my phone. That way, I can read some of the comments.
Yeah, this is way too complicated. Yeah, so I'll say it out loud. I'm glad to hear your mom is coming to the end of her chemo there, Gunpowder.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I hope it fucking takes and kicks its ass. End of her chemo. Yeah, but now I can't see Dish's face.
Oh no.
You don't need to.
What?
He doesn't need
Oh,
to.
that's right. I don't need to see her face because I can just drive over to her house.
You wonder why I don't do chats. Anyways. Yeah, but so I've been out fishing 4 or 5 times.
Wow, killer.
Yep.
I haven't had a minute, and I really don't know. I only know one lake around here where the fishing's good. I need to go exploring.
Yep.
Not very often the lakes ice over lately. This is nice.
But I went. When did I go? Sunday? Was it last Sunday or Saturday? I went by myself. And I got out in the lake. I'm gonna go over that point. And a soul on the fucking lake. Not one person. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Now I know why. I get out there. I'm in about fucking 5 inches of fucking slush.
Oh,
Now my boots are soaked because you guys know I don't tie my boots or anything. So now my boots are soaked. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
You know who I blame for that? It's Donald Trump. Global warming. It's all his fault.
Oh, fuck him. The horse you rode in on.
Ah!
Fuck that asshole. Well, but
What did he do to you, Mikey?
well, nothing. I just tried to incite a riot. That's all.
Is that right? Do you think Elon Musk? Do you think Elon Musk has the right to do this? What he's doing and find all this wasteful spending and fraud?
He has a right to find it, but I don't think he has a right to see everything because he's not a government employee.
Well, he is a government employee.
Okay, so he's a special fucking consultant, which I don't believe in.
Well, I mean, they all are. The only 2 elected officials in that whole administration is
Okay.
J.D. Vance and Donald Trump.
Okay, I got you. But you understand what I'm trying to tell you, right?
That he's like they created a position for him or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I just don't agree. Anyways, I ain't gonna argue about that. I ain't dying on that hill.
Well, do you
I
like
don't
all
like
that?
him to begin with, period. So whatever you say about Musk is, I don't have an issue with them finding all this money because, as a matter of fact, I know all Democrats hate it. I was just watching a YouTube video where Al Gore and Bill Clinton was standing at the fucking Rose Garden saying the exact same fucking words, almost verbatim.
Right, 1993 was
Almost verbatim.
instead of Doge, it was called Rico.
Right. So they found things to do, right? So I do feel bad. There are certain people that I know one very well because she's my sister, and she's in the she started out as a park ranger, and now she's doing like classes for people and doing all that shit. And then she filed for a job. She's go down to Virginia for 6 months, and then she wanted a job. She's been trying to get this job for forever and a week, and she finally got it down in DC. And she's gonna move to DC, and everything's going fucking ducky. And then he signed all that shit, and they put her fucking thing on fucking freeze. So
What was the job she was going for?
it's something to do with the in that department, the like the national
Yeah, there's a high like
the national parks. She's already hired, so it's not a hiring freeze. She's already hired. They're just not
don't have a start date and training and stuff yet. Same thing
right.
with my
She
old
still
team.
has a job. She still has her job that she's doing, but she doesn't have her dream job that she wanted in DC.
Well, I mean, come on, man.
So-
Nobody has their dream job. I wanted to put baby oil on butt cheeks at the Sports Illustrated
Anyways, my point is,
photo shoot. I didn't get that job, so
at 59 years old, she worked her ass off to get it. She got the job, and then now she can't have it. So, yes, I do feel for her. There are some people that just got hired, and all this and that, and now they don't have a job anymore. So I feel bad for them.
well, but they can always learn how to do coding and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's what Obama said when he decided he was going to shut down all the coal mines. All those coal miners, they can learn new careers and just learn how to do coding and IT and stuff like that.
Learn the code.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are finding out it goes fucking both ways in this world now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing against your sister, Mikey. I'm just saying.
I think she's a smart woman, and she knows that it goes both ways. It's just that
She'll end up getting a job then.
it's just that she has a job.
Right. It's
just that the people that lost their jobs, and it just sucks anytime that you have a job and you lose it. So I don't give a fuck if you're I don't give a fuck if you're making $42 an hour at Burger King and you lose your job. It sucks. Period. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right on.
I agree with
so
that.
you got to start over, and I don't care who you are.
But I also agree that our tax dollars shouldn't be paying people to do jobs that don't need to be done.
I get that, but all I'm saying is that at
And like
certain ages,
Oliver Anthony said in his song, if you're 5'3" and 400 pounds, taxes ought not be buying your fucking box of fudge rounds.
at a certain age, as you well know, okay, it's harder to get a job.
Oh,
Right.
hell yeah. Anything over 40 some years old it's hard. You're
Okay.
outdated, man.
So the people that she knows, they lose their job. Now what are they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's
I feel I need to explain something, Miss Dish. That is not an angelic glow around my head. That's a light bulb back there. Just so you
Okay.
don't get any crazy ideas.
Okay.
it is what it is. It's like back in the 80s
See
when
the light.
the construction fucking shit the bed. A lot of people lost their jobs. But
Yeah, buddy. I had to leave state.
it's a lot of guys did. But I came back. But we'll see. It's like when Mitt Romney was our governor here in Massachusetts. He was threatening to close half the fucking detoxes and all that shit, and all this and that. Oh, we don't need detoxes. We don't need this. We don't need that. That's fucking spending we don't need. And,
Why in the hell would he say something like that?
he's a fucking idiot. He's an absolute idiot. When
Who
he
said what? I'm sorry. I was
Mitt
reading
Romney.
comments. Who said what?
Mitt Romney. Mikey knows of what he speaks. That Don Rico.
Just wait at the top. But,
Hey, Vanessa.
I mean,
Jay Watt, what's up?
there's just, I don't know, so much. Like my chief, he retired like 3 Fridays ago was his last day, and he was supposed to start. He retired. He retired because he had put his time in, but but he's not old enough to qualify to get insurance and stuff through Social Security and all that, Medicaid or Medicare, I should say, Medicare.
Jay Watt, how the hell are you? Vanessa, how are you?
So he had a job lined up. He retired from the department, and then he had a job lined up with the IRS, and it got put on hold. So he still has the job. It's just it's just on hold.
But
But
I think the list that he went through with the Social Security and being somebody being 200 years old is spending millions on somebody that's 200 years old. You know, so
You
yeah.
know what?
I mean, obviously that shit is okay.
And I'm not going to be
I
happy.
will tell you
I
one
am
thing he
not going to
did.
be happy until they find out where those checks went, right? Because those
Right.
checks went to somebody, and somebody cashed those fuckers. I won't be happy until that person's in fucking prison.
I will tell you one thing though that I think is not right. It has nothing to do with government spending or anything like that. So it has to do. I was looking into this. It has to do with more with nations and everything else. We don't own the Gulf of America, okay? For him to change it from Mexico to America, nobody owns it. So I read this into this. And it's a national nations like involved in it, and to just to change it because you want to, it's kind of
It's fucking badass and ballsy is what it is.
yeah, but it's not. It's just not right. It's kind of
Then
saying fuck you.
Why should it be the Gulf of Mexico? I mean, that thing's goes through Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, in Florida. It goes through all those states.
Call it the Gulf of North America for all I give a fuck. But
well, it's the Gulf of America. It's the Gulf of America.
It'll be the Gulf of Canada.
It's not the Gulf of the United States.
Canada.
Anyways,
it's not the Gulf because Mexico is part of America.
Other than that, I don't have an issue with I just cannot stand Elon Musk. I don't like the look of him. I don't like the sound of him. He looks like a fucking idiot. You know, even when he's not doing the fucking Hitler sign. Twice.
Oh, you believe that shit? You believe that shit, don't you? God damn, dude.
I just can't. I just don't like him. I never have. I don't. You know, we all sat here years ago when they come out with electric cars, and he's the fucking asshole that invented the fucking thing. So, I mean,
no, he just fronted some money up.
Well,
yeah, okay.
Name a local geek and a genius that you do like.
It's not. I'm just saying. I just don't like him. I don't have to like him. I just.
No, as long as he does a good job.
I didn't really care too much about him. Too much, you know what I mean? It was one way or the other with him.
Electric cars. I don't believe in any of that shit.
Until he went on Joe Rogan and just fucking destroyed just about everybody. You know. As he was smoking weed and getting high.
He did not. He turned it down. He said, dude, I work for the government. I get drug tested all the time.
Well, no, I'm talking back when he was on Rogan, like probably 8 years ago or whatever.
Yes, Vanessa. As a matter of fact, I did apply for my son. It's not a very easy. It's not a very easy thing to have to apply for SSI or anything like that.
You know, I think in today's world in politics, we have to remember that there's been a culture created in DC and around our country that, you know, if you get a spot in politics, you can make some serious money for your vote. Your vote can be bought, you know, and that stuff people are just getting sick and tired of.
Yeah, and they're
Well, I
looking
can
into
remember.
that. They're looking in how Nancy Pelosi makes $165,000 a year, but she's worth $18 billion. How the fuck does that happen?
Well, they're all like that, though. They're all like that.
Well,
There-
most
there is-
of them. I'm not going to say they're all like
Listen to
that,
me.
but
There is
98% of them are.
Listen,
That's not
it's
an excuse.
eggs
They're all
on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all criminals.
Okay, so and this is why with politics, I kind of laugh because it's like, you know, there's no honor among thieves with them. You know what I mean? And that's what they are.
Well, that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons. That's one of the reasons you should be
You know?
behind Trump, because he is not a politician.
Thieves,
No, he's a fucking businessman. He's a billionaire, just like the rest of the fucking politicians.
I
Yeah,
Yeah, but he was a billionaire before he was a politician. These
So-
other people were politicians that turned into billionaires, and that's not fucking possible without
Well,
being
let me
some
tell you
type of
something.
shady shit.
Okay, if you get rid of you just gave the percentage out, which is probably correct. Okay,
Yeah,
Now
well,
get-
about 98% of them are crooked. Yeah,
now get rid of every goddamn one of them. Now what do you got?
chaos.
Exactly.
no. What we should do is start electing officials
And here's the
like it used to be, that you got elected and you didn't get no stipend. It was out of the good of your heart, and you were doing it for your constituents.
you want me to
And
like
you only went to DC when you needed to, not fucking live there. You know what I mean?
you
should
want
be
me to
like
like
jury duty.
do you want me to like Elon Musk?
Do
Let-
I
let's-
want you to like Elon Musk? I don't care who you like, man.
Listen. Let's say
I mean,
Elon
you
Musk-
liked Hillary Clinton for years, and we still talk to you.
Let's say Elon Musk is gonna fucking look into fucking why what's her face Pelosi's making billions, right?
Mhm.
Let's just suppose. Here's where I would totally respect Elon Musk, as long as he does it to fucking Republicans too. And if he doesn't,
Well, he already did. Mitch
If he
McConnell's not
doesn't,
going to. Mitch
I won't
McConnell's
like him.
resigning.
that's one. That doesn't
Yeah,
do anything. Do it to
Yeah.
all of them.
Well, Mitch McConnell's been in there for a long time, and he's got the system.
Do it to all of them, not just one. You don't do one. You do it all. You chop them all down, all in one shot.
Well, all this stuff is coming out to whoever's got their hands in the cookie jar is going to get called out.
Right, and you see who's opposing it the most.
No,
He who
Vanessa.
opposes the most is guilty the most, is what it is.
Vanessa, if I won $1.5 billion, hell no. There ain't one politician getting my money. Not one.
Like Gunpowder said, we got fucking StreamYards and Zoom and everything. Why the fuck are they going to Washington, D.C.? Why are they living there? They should be in their home, state,
Well, they still
doing
have
the
to,
work for their,
they still have to do their congressional hearings and shit. They're not going to do that from.
and let's get on that topic for a second.
I love
These
watching those,
congressional
by the way.
hearings
I love watching.
are a waste of fucking time.
They are, but I love watching
Nothing
because they roast
ever
each other.
fucking happens. Nothing ever comes from it. Never.
I love
Not
roasting.
once have I seen
No, but
anything
you
come
find
from
out
a
information.
congressional
They
meeting.
need to be on those committees too.
Yeah, but you find out cool information though.
I don't know. You find out all this information on how corrupt somebody is,
Yes.
but the next day they're right back doing their fucking job. They're
Yes.
not in prison or
Yeah,
anything,
well, hey.
so they don't do
Well,
anything.
Tell your fucking buddy Elon Musk to get rid of him.
He will. I just got to make a phone call. We're going to annex Massachusetts into Canada and be done with it.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about it. You can go there all you want. That's
I
doing
know.
you a favor, bro. If we turn Canada into the 51st state. That's doing you a favor.
I've been on in fucking 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and now we want to start with the fucking being part of fucking Canada. Oh shit!
Hey, fuck Canada. Them bastards beat us in hockey the other night.
Had some good fights. So.
Blame Canada.
Yeah, blame Canada. That fucking Trudeau. He's a piece of shit anyway. So.
Yeah, I
Somebody-
thought he resigned. What's he still doing making the
Right.
shit on
I have
TV?
no idea what's going on.
Right on, Vanessa. I know. Where's it going to end? If you're going to do Zoom for this, Zoom for that, why should a teacher have to wake up, go to get dressed, and go to fucking school? I hear you. I'm with you. This
Oh
is
no,
where-
teachers need to be in school because
well.
that whole COVID thing, they got fucking lazy.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
They were just fucking sending packets to people and shit.
You got to. Hey, you got to learn how to say. Yeah. So
Yeah, so what? No, it
they're on fucking Zoom.
it was a terrible thing to do to the kids in this country. They all suffered from fucking not being at
Listen,
school and shit during
Listen,
COVID.
I'm not saying they didn't. All I'm saying is that the teachers did what they needed to do.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
All right. You go up. I'll tell you what. If you live through it, come to my house, walk up my stairs, tell my wife that. If you live through it,
I got a neighbor that's a teacher. I used to tell him all the time. I said, "How's it feel to be non-essential?" Because remember when only essential workers could go to work,
Yeah.
and the teachers were not essential. They all got to stay their ass home. I had to go to work, and I don't make near as much as a fucking most teachers.
you want to bet 100? I bet you any amount of money way more than my wife.
I don't know, dude. I don't make more than
I can.
we got
I will
teachers here in our district
guarantee
making $105,000 a year.
So don't I. My wife ain't one of them.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. There's a lot of teachers that are making.
They're probably public school teachers, and they're tenured, and they're in the union. So that's why they're making that much money.
Right. Well, I'm just saying. But I mean, I have a friend who's a teacher who she used to post all the time, like, she posts on Facebook about how teachers spend so much of their own money
They do.
for their job.
They do.
So do fucking mechanics.
Yep.
So do
they do.
carpenters. So do,
Some mechanics.
anybody that fucking has a trade.
Some mechanics.
You just don't show up to a job
Stevie
and be like,
did.
here's $10,000 of free tools. No, you
Stevie
got to
did.
buy your own tools. Hell, when I was at the sheriff's office, I had to buy all my own fucking uniforms and my
Yep.
belt and cuffs and
Yep.
everything.
I know.
It's like they give you a piece of paper that says you got a job, but then you got to pay for all your equipment. Now
Sure.
that's not true everywhere. I mean, the department I work at now, them fuckers, they throw new uniforms and shit at you all the time, but it all depends on the department. But it would just piss me off that she's act like teachers are the only ones that ever spend their own money on their job, and that's not true.
All
You
this
go to
time,
any fucking car dealership and the mechanics in there, those guys they all work for that car dealership, but their tools, they were paid for out of their pocket.
right?
You know?
All this time, Mike, I thought your wife was a nurse.
What too?
She is.
She's a teacher and a nurse?
Yes.
She
God,
teaches
dude.
nursing. No, I don't know.
She teaches Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday she does part-time nursing at the clinic.
Oh, okay.
Right on.
A giver. Damn. Hats off.
She works 7 days a week, and then she's a mom.
I got a weird question for you guys, real quick.
Oh, Lord.
There's the Governor Gavin Newsom out west.
Yep.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he looks like a reptile. He's a reptilian.
Tongue going in and out.
Aliens, it would be that guy.
What was that little dance he did when he was standing in front of the fire talking about taking away people's property and shit?
No, he was talking
Right,
about having investors come in. He was pretty happy about that.
I found it funny that he bought a $10 million mansion right after the fire.
Yeah.
You're right, Vanessa. A lot of students didn't have access to the internet to
It's
do
stuff
Zoom.
like that makes some people a little upset.
Well, they
Because-
need it nowadays.
People, Vanessa, I think it's because some people think that, well, if it's offered, you should have it. you know, or if it's, you know what I mean? People don't understand that people live in rural places that don't have fucking internet. You know?
Yeah. Another thing is making everybody go back to work. There's government has been renting buildings for 4 years now that are sitting empty. They've been paying electric bills and they've been paying plumbing, water bills and everything on these empty buildings because there's nobody working in them. That's wasteful spending too. So they said either we're going to have to get rid of the buildings or make people come back to work.
Well, the
And
one building they were talking about, the office building, it was occupied by homeless people.
Vanessa said her network gear is designed for audio and video connections in real time. Most of her students don't have internet access. When your public facilities close down in the pandemic, you don't have public access to the internet either.
Right. But a guy you don't like, Elon Musk, now has Skynet or whatever in the hell it's called.
Starlink. He was given free
Starlink.
access to.
But you're also
during the hurricane and stuff down there in North Carolina, FEMA's telling these people you can apply to get money for help, but you have to apply online. Well, how the fuck are you supposed to apply online if you ain't got a damn, network or a computer or not even a house to go back to, Well,
that's
and then, Ohio, is $750 worth the bother to apply for?
No, it's not. I can make 700. I make $750 in one day selling sperm. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, you got that Primo stuff, huh?
I got Primo. Have you seen my kids? You just got to get close to that shit and it impregnates.
Yep. I can't click on those links because it blows up my pop-out chat.
But
you don't want to click on it anyways.
Jay Watson link. Let's see what we got.
I see his reactions all the time. That's enough.
No, it's okay. It's a Gavin Newsom. It's a Gavin Newsom picture.
Yeah, no, my wife goes through Vanessa. She's getting her.
Okay.
It's hard though. She's doing it online.
Yeah, like Gunpowder said, but don't forget that $750 you got to pay back too.
Yeah, it's a loan. And if you can't pay it back, then they take your property.
Yeah.
$400 a month.
I just got rid of cable. I'm on
for internet.
Yeah, I just do streaming. I got rid of cable.
Skylink is like $100, or Elon's saying is like $100 a month.
No, thank you.
Yeah, well, but you have to buy that. You got to buy that.
And I don't have
like a little satellite dish or whatever.
And I don't have my own. I don't have my own home, so I can't do that.
Oh,
what?
I don't own my home,
mount it on
so
top of your car.
Do that.
Right, but that thing's portable. You just take it wherever you go and you just set it outside. People take them camping and stuff. It's just like a little cube is all it is.
Listen, here's how bad I can't stand that prick, okay? I'm never going to own an electric car, especially a Tesla. Is that what he owns, is Tesla? I'm not going to own an electric car, and I'm certainly not going to buy Starlink. This is how I am. You remember how you guys wanted to walk away from fucking Dick's Sporting Goods? Don't go in there. They don't sell guns and ammo anymore. Well, guess what? I'm not supporting Elon Musk. It's the exact same thing.
Well, I'm not supporting him either because I can't afford an electric car and I don't want Starlink and I'm not going to space anytime soon.
I just don't like him. I think he's a fucking retard.
I think you need to look up a little history of what he's done for this country and what he's done for humanity.
That's fine. I just don't like him. I don't give a fuck if he gave billions away to the fucking poorest people in the world. I don't give a fuck. I don't like him. It's not going to make me like him anymore. You know?
Is that strange though, Mike? I'm sure you got somebody at work that's just an absolute dick, but he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
You know, you got to have people that are that way.
I have people. I do. There's a guy that works as a dick.
There's a guy in this chat that's a dick that knows what he absolutely was doing.
Hey.
No, I don't know.
Rubs you the wrong way. That's fine.
That's all it is, really.
Hey, I understand. I mean, if you don't like a certain type of person, that's fine.
You know.
You know, I haven't met one person from Massachusetts that I would be friends with.
And by the way, that's a racist comment because he's African American.
Oh yeah, you can't hate on him, man. That's racist.
I can hate on anybody I want.
Mike D's a racist. Mikey D's a racist. He doesn't like African Americans.
Right, Tish?
Hey, Ohio, do you remember the movie They Live? Had Roddy
Oh,
Piper.
hell yeah. Obey. I come here to chew bubble gum and kick some ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Man, I need some of those glasses. That'd be nice. You can differentiate a human from a reptile.
Right.
Yeah,
That is a great movie, though, man. I mean,
it is.
if ever they need to do a remake but not fuck it up, that'd be a good remake. As long as they kept the script and everything the same. Don't all these fucking remakes that they do, they always. Well, I mean, it depends on who's doing it. If it's Netflix or Disney, you're going to get some,
rehash bullshit.
A serious, bullshit. But like Red Dawn, that was a terrible remake.
What college did you go to here?
I never saw it.
It's a terrible remake. There used to be a video game back in like the 90s and 2000s called Homefront, and it was about like China or North Korea attacking the United States or something. They should have just called that movie Homefront because it was about like that, and it had nothing really to do with like the original Red Dawn. It was kind of
gunpowder. $60K for a car is cheap.
Steve, you have never
for
seen
a car is cheap.
Yeah.
Steve, you've never seen the original Red Dawn?
Yes, I have. I just haven't seen the remake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, don't worry about
bother.
it. Yeah, don't bother.
They shouldn't have called
It'll
it
just
Red
piss you
Dawn.
off is all it will do.
Yeah. It's like the new GTOs that they come out with made by Toyota or some fucking thing, them little pieces of crap. It's like, that's not a GTO.
Oh, the Pontiac GTO was what kind of car was that? Wasn't it an Australian car?
I don't know. It was a little
Like,
piece of crap.
yeah.
But it's like, how dare you put them letters on that car?
Well, it's like back in the 80s, though, Dodge or Plymouth or whatever, they started calling all those cars a Challenger or the Dodge Laser, and they were all Mitsubishis,
Yeah.
Hey, gunpowder. I had a friend of mine. He bought it was just a 350 Super Duty. It wasn't a 450 or anything like that. It's just 350 Super Duty, but it's loaded to the gills with every bell and whistle you can think of. And I think I think his final tote was fucking 81.4 or something he paid for it.
You talking about
for
the
a
plum?
fucking truck.
Yeah, he's got everything.
And that was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Name something. He's got it on there.
I mean, that would be my biggest decision to make is if I had $80,000, would I go buy a truck that I'd be afraid to take it off the road because it costs too goddamn much, and I wouldn't put anything in the back of it because it costs too damn much. You know what I mean? I couldn't go camping, I couldn't go hunting, I couldn't do any work in it because it costs too much.
What you do is you go buy you 3 nice Jeeps, one for off-road, one for daily driving, and one for going out.
But if I was to have that money and I had to buy one car with it instead of that truck, I'd just buy a Corvette.
Well, here's the thing. My boss, my original boss, the guy that owns the company, he retired, but he bought a Vet, and he got it last year. It took him almost a year and a half to get it.
Whoa.
Bye, Stevie.
Whoopsies.
It took him almost a year and a half to get a Vet. So I said to him, I said, well, now it's a year and a half old. It appreciate the value. you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's like,
Thank you.
So
I
it took him
dropped
a
my
year and a half.
phone and grabbed it and hit something.
Took him a year and a half to get the Vet. And I'm like, I'm like, when did your payments start? Please tell me your payments didn't start on that fucking car until you got it. Because that's just kind of silly paying for a vehicle that you don't even have. You know what I mean?
I would listen.
But he had
I would
oil.
I'd rather pay monthly payments on a vehicle that I didn't have yet than pay on a vehicle monthly payments that's sitting in my driveway and not running, and still have to pay monthly payments on it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I'd rather pay payments knowing that I'm going to get something than to pay payments on something that doesn't work.
That's another reason why I love YouTube, because I've fixed more shit on my old car, this truck that I have now, my wife's vehicle, my daughter's vehicle.
Cool.
Where
And
I
that's
would have sent it into the fucking shop. You know what I mean? There are things I had to send it into, some things I had to send it into the shop because I just don't have the, but the stuff I can do. I mean, I put a CV joint in my old fucking Saturn, and with the help of my neighbor and stuff, and
satin.
that was all due to
The satin.
I mean, I could have just fucking taken it to the garage and had him fucking do it, but
Yeah.
I
That
saved
shit
more
costs
fucking
too much.
money. Yeah, well, it's fucking. They're up over $100 an hour now, so
Right.
you go in for change my spark plugs.
Yeah,
Right.
some
They're
cars
gonna charge you an hour's time when you can do it in
at
less
least.
than an hour.
minimum.
You can do it in less than an hour to yourself. And if you don't have the tools, guess what? You go out and buy yourself a fucking spark plug wrench. Okay? And yourself a fucking masking tape or whatever. So you can label your fucking, so things don't get all messed up on you.
You
And-
know what?
And you're all set.
Spark
Donald
nowadays, nowadays you need a spark plug wrench, 4 swivels, 3 extensions.
Well,
When
I
you
had
gotta
my,
take the motor mounts out and bring the motor out
no,
and
I
change
did
the
that to
plug.
I did that to my Sable. My Sable, I had to fucking
Yeah.
loosen the motor mount in the back to get to the last spark plug. I literally had to loosen the motor mounts in the back, like back them
Yeah.
off maybe.
If we
Not
can
even
get
a half an
Donald
inch.
Trump, if we can get Donald Trump to sign an executive order or Congress to pass some law that says that you have to be a mechanic for at least 5 to 10 years before you can be an auto part or automobile designer, engineer,
Yeah.
because if there was anybody that was ever worked on a car, ever had any hand in designing the damn things, they wouldn't make it so fucking hard to work on.
I used to say they did that on purpose to make you take it in to have it done.
Yeah, because
know,
you
but
pretty
that's
much have to drop the engine out of the frame to do anything to them.
But
Right.
It's unbelievable what they're getting for a car. Like that. It's fucking phenomenal. The fucking prices of everything is just,
Vans are still pretty cheap.
it's terrible.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea there, what you did, Stevie. I mean, you can just buy a van with nothing fucking in it. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
if you want something in it, you put it in there yourself,
But as Stevie will tell you, they suck in the winter.
It doesn't. It's great on the road, on the icy roads and shit. It's great because of the long wheelbase. Very stable, but it does not go very well in snow. Like getting out of the driveway is a pain in my ass.
My uncle used to drive a van when I was a kid, and the back he had it set up like a camping van, almost like a little bed, and he had like a place for his Coleman stove and all that. But he put up their house burnt down, and they did a remodel on it, to fix it after it burned down. He had a ton of leftover paneling, like the wall paneling back in the 70s and 80s that everybody had.
Yeah.
And he cut out paneling to fit behind the driver's and passenger seat of that van, right up against there, to cut it off. That way he didn't have to heat the whole van when he was driving down the road. He just heated the cabin, like because he said it took forever for that whole, in order to get the temperature up in that van. He said by the time I get to work, I was still cold. It wasn't even warm.
Right. One thing I got to say about Chevy vans, their heater will scald you out of there.
Out of there.
Well, Chevy truck vans suck. You know why? Because
I
mine
got a
fucking-
Chevy van.
My blower wheel is sitting on my passenger seat floor right now. I get to work the other night. I come out of work, and I'm like, I go to put the heat on, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right because I'm supposed to hear a noise when I turn this on.
The other day, I went
So
up
I
to
hit
check I had to check the gender neutral non-binary fluid in my car. And,
I hit a fucking bump, and the fucking they come down. So I called my buddy. I called my buddy upstairs. I'm like, hey, that guy that put all this fucking, you know, they tore my whole dash. They took my whole dashboard off my truck. And I said, to do his job. And I said to him, I go, hey, I showed him the picture. He goes, what the fuck happened? I said, I hit a bump. And he's like, don't fucking touch that. I said, I didn't. I said, I'm not going to either. I said, because, you know, that was a lot of fucking money. And he goes, no, it's a twist on. I goes, what do you mean it's a twist on? He says, it's a twist on fucking, I might cut it out. He's no, I'm serious. I said, yeah, well, I'll get there when I can. He said, so what are you doing for heat? I goes, freezing. I don't even have engine heat. It's all cold air coming through. I'm like, you motherfucker. So I dress I dress like a fucking I dress for winter when I'm driving. Mikey thought Vespa was a great idea until the winter 50 years went to shit.
Gazoon type.
Yeah, but so now I gotta go fucking have that done. I'm taking it back to the guy that fucking did it. I ain't fucking touching it.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, you mind doing your job correctly there, butthead?
I wouldn't mind, but the fucking thing went in October. You know, actually later in October.
See, that's the guy you ought to be hating on, not Elon.
No, I still hate Elon. I don't hate him. He's just, first of all, he's goofy looking. Number one. Right off the bat.
God forbid we judge anybody on their looks, Mike.
Oh, and fucking you in Ohio don't break my fucking balls. I know, not at all. But, and, you know, he does the Hitler thing. You know, you guys saw that, right? Did it twice.
He was
from my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What channel are you still watching?
Mike, do you drink water, Mike?
No.
Do you drink Pepsi?
A little bit.
I think there's a picture of Hitler drinking soda, so you would have something in common with Hitler.
Yeah, I would.
It kills me. Anybody that brings that shit up, get the fuck out of here.
You can't blame a person who's watching CNN. That's what they cram down your throat and make you believe. We've been brainwashed for 15 years.
I don't like saying the word, but I'll say it in this case. You're fucking retarded.
I don't listen. All I know is one thing: is that all you people are sitting here all night long, and nobody has made mention of the fact that my beautiful buddy over there, Dish, is sitting there with a hat on, with an M on it, because she misses Mike so much.
Yeah, me and her been texting privately while we're chatting. So
you know what I mean. So it doesn't say S on it for Steve. It doesn't say any of that bullshit. Okay,
Mike, she don't miss me because she's right down the road.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't have to. She's right down the road.
Listen, I'm not fighting with her. I'll just listen. I am not afraid to kick an old man's ass. Hang on.
I would pummel you so bad with firewood. I am like a pro at throwing firewood now, by the way.
Jay Watt says, Mikey, I know what you can say when Doge asks about what the Social Security payments was, your date of birth putting you at 135, but you got to say it with a straight face. I'm a vampire. No shit, right? No, but isn't that funny though, Jay Watt? He went through that whole fucking list, and it's like million. I think it was like $3 million or something for Social Security benefits for somebody that was supposedly 150 years old. So it's like, I mean, I understand it.
They got one person that's 300 years old. The country wasn't even here yet. So is it clerical errors, or are people like screwing up their birthdays, or what the fuck?
It's a very small M on your head.
I miss Mike too.
It's a very small
That's a
M.
very small M on your head.
Well, you know what? Hey, Shalisa, it matches his very small.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sass Green.
My very small
That's
waist
Green Man,
size.
13th man.
Is that
How
a fat
the fuck
joke,
are you?
Mike? Were you going to make fun of me for being fat?
No,
think
I was
you
making
were.
fun of your penis.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. Because I'm so
Wait,
fat, I haven't seen it. Is that
Shut
what you're
up!
going
I'm
to say
trying to
about
say
my
how to
face?
sass. Will ya?
No, you can't fat shame people on YouTube, Mike. I'm going to get your channel shut down.
You can shut
Isn't
my
it
channel. I don't
rumored that
fuck
somebody doesn't like that word and they just used it?
what?
Penis?
He said I was making a fat joke. I wasn't making a fat joke. If I was making a fat joke, I would have said you haven't seen your prick in 10 years. I didn't say that. I said the M is small, and so isn't something else. All
The comeback to that, Ohio, is ha ha ha. Neither has the wife.
right. So
Oh wait,
listen, because even if I was going to do another joke, listen, all the jokes I hear about Massachusetts, dude, I owe you people.
You people.
You people. Oh, Mikey has an admirer. Who's my admirer? Nobody can put a bigger smile on Saska's face other than Dish. Look at
you're
her blushing.
preaching to the choir, brother.
Look at her blushing.
Right? That's just a hot flash.
You know what pisses me, you know what pisses me off? Even if I did hit the lottery, I can't go out and see Sask.
Right?
You have to meet me in Alaska. I don't look like Popeye. No.
Man, that's what we need. We need a bridge to Alaska. That way we don't have to go through fucking Canada to get there.
Hey, the fucking tariff.
Talk about infrastructure. Let's build that.
Well, you know, I was
just created jobs.
I was trying to explain that to somebody, right? Ohio. I was telling the guy at work, the Spanish guy at work says to me, he says, Mike, he says, I know you're a Trump guy. I go, yeah. He says, but I got to ask you a question. I says, what? He says, do you think it's fair that he's going to send all these people back to wherever they came from? I says, well, hang on a second. I says, you're don't do what a lot of other Democratic people do. He says, what? I says, tell the whole story of what he said. I says, he said, right now, he's going after fucking criminals. If there's a criminal and ICE gets him and his buddy's beside him and his buddy's illegal, yeah, his buddy's going to go with him. Well, that's just sucks to be you. But for the most part, right now, he's going after criminals. He says, and you think that's okay? He says, like, you know, the guy has a family. I says, let me ask you a question. He says, what? I says, I live here, right? He says, yeah. I says, if I'm a criminal, right, where do I go? Well, to jail. I says, are they taking me away from my family?
Right.
I said, so here's the thing. Here's the other thing. And this hopefully you'll understand. He says, what? I said, I can't go to Canada. He says, why? You don't have a passport? I said, oh, I can get a passport. I still can't go into Canada. He says, why? I says, because Canada has a rule. They don't allow felons in their country. He goes, you're a felon? I goes, not here. I says, but I have a DUI. I says, and in Canada, it's a felony. I says, I can't go to Canada. I says, is that Canada's fault? Or is that my fault? I says, that's my fault. I said, so it's the same thing. You're a fucking pedophile. You're a fucking murderer. You're a fucking rapist. You're a whatever. And we don't want you here. And you're here fucking illegally. I can't do it legally, dude. Legally, I can't do it. They're doing it illegally.
Well,
he just looked at me and he goes, he just looked at me and he went, Mike, I didn't know that. I says, yeah. I says, dude, if you're here illegally, number one, you're a criminal for starters.
Right. That's what that
You're doing
press
something
secretary
illegally.
said.
I said, you're doing something illegal by being here illegal. I said, however, they're going after the illegal ones, the hardened criminal fucking illegals.
First, number
First.
one on the list.
And I go, so here's if I says, if you know people that are here illegally, he says, yeah. I says, here's what you tell him. Go do it the fucking right way before he gets you. Then when he comes to get you, say, nope, I'm legal. Thank you. Okay?
Yeah. Get your
And then
green card.
nobody gives a fuck. And then nobody gives a fuck. He says, no, I got this buddy of mine. He's, he is illegal, but he's, he works. I said, I don't give a fuck. He works every day. That's good that he works every day. Good for him. Now, tell him to go to fucking Boston and do it the fucking right way.
Yep.
Nobody gives a fuck.
You know what I want Elon Musk to do when they're checking on all these Social Security people that supposed to be 159 years old or whatever that they've been getting checks. I want him to cross-reference that with the Board of Elections and see if they voted in the last elections.
Yeah, no shit.
And see if that Social Security, see if that person that's 159 years old has been getting a Social Security check for 60 some years.
Well, that's what I want to say from before. When
See if they've been voting for 60 some years too.
I don't remember what year it was. Oh, she's yelling at somebody.
It's
I don't know
2025.
no. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was in the 90s. They did a thing at the State House in Boston. There was 4 offices that people held that were never visited by the person who was being paid for that job.
Oh, really?
Okay. And oh yeah. So they did this investigation and they were fake people.
Wow.
They still never found out who the money was going to. So obviously it was going to somebody in that fucking State House with fucking, high up, right? It wasn't some fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happens everywhere, and it's a sin.
Couple.
But it's good that people are looking into it. I'm sorry. It's
Don't be sorry.
it's
Yeah, don't be sorry.
Been a
I'm
long
looking at,
time coming.
and people are like, well, I didn't
No.
vote for Elon, or I didn't,
No, because-
neither did I, but I did vote for Trump, and I voted for him to do this,
because I do love the outdoors. All right, because I am, Stevie, I'd rather be outdoors than anywhere. All right, and I'm not a tree hugger by any stretch of imagination. Okay, but I also don't believe in fucking mowing down 10 million acres of land just to see if there might be a fucking mineral we could use. You know what I'm saying?
What about mowing down 10 million acres of land to put up a windmill that's going to poop out in like a couple of years?
Or chop down mountaintops, putting windmills on top. I didn't believe in that either. But I had no, trust me, I'm pissed off. You should come to
Mountaintop.
Mike,
people
They-
come to
they
the
don't-
Northeast.
they
People come to
don't they don't spend the money on stripping land to take a chance if there's minerals there. They find the minerals first and then they go after them. After all the approvals and all that
Well, I'm just
crap.
saying. I think like like all right, this way anyways, like up in Maine, they have a they call it the 100-mile wilderness because it's 100 miles of nothing but wilderness. And I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying that like the state of Maine, everybody, they won't even put roads up there because they don't want them up there. You know what I'm saying? The only roads up there are fucking logging roads. You'll never see a
Yeah,
freeway go.
what are they doing with logging roads? Cutting logs.
But you understand what I'm saying, Stevie? They're not putting
No,
regular
I
paved-
understand.
They're not putting
That's
paved fucking highways, interstates, however you people pronounce them.
right.
They're not putting them in there. Could they? They could put one, boom, right to Canada, but they're not going to do that. You know why? They don't want to ruin the fucking wilderness.
Well, that's awesome.
And I don't have a problem with that.
Well, or they don't want nobody up there getting their cash cow of the lumber.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I know that's too. I don't care. At least not Chinese. They're all fucking. They're all on the up and up. There isn't one Chinese fucking logging company up there. So all I'm saying is I just don't want to see them. You know, that money was going to the Winter Hill address. No shit. No, BLM lives in fucking Canada.
I don't know. I mean, all that BLM land out west. What's out there? I mean, there's nothing out there.
No, you took the salt flats and they said there was oil or fucking whatever. That's something we can use in the salt flats.
They're protecting the squatches. That's what it is.
The only one you're gonna piss off are the fucking car races and the wind. What do you call those fucking people that lay on the fucking looks like a surfboard?
I don't know, man. I don't
100
go
miles an
out there
hour
and do
across the
that.
salt
But the
flats.
salt flats, I don't think I would want to see
Holy shit.
people digging for oil out in the salt flats. I don't think I do. I think that's something. That's a fucking like miracle of, like, if you believe in God and stuff, that seems like something that's almost a miracle looking thing. The salt flats.
Oh, Michael.
It'd be like trying to drill for oil in the fucking Grand Canyon. I wouldn't like that either. Would you like that?
I don't think you could drill for oil in Grand Canyon, could you?
Well, I'm just saying, you know,
For
How the
instance,
fuck would you get
just for
sound?
instance, you know, if it's I think the sand flats are something amazing. You know?
Oh no, they are. But and then those, like I said, those people that are on surfboards and they like use sails and they do like 100 miles an hour on a
yeah,
surf.
that's crazy,
That's fucked up. But I love watching it.
right?
Yeah, I
Well,
used to like to watch them try to break the world speed records out there, and
Yeah.
fucking motorcycles and shit.
I seen a great movie about an old guy from Ireland or Scotland that had a bunch of records on the motorcycle, and the movie was about his whole life and how he hand built his own motorcycle and stuff, and his big dream was to go there.
But what do
That
they
was,
use for tires? Because I got to tell you
It was
something.
the guy that played Hannibal Lecter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins?
I just watched that.
great
Anthony
movie.
I thought that the salt flats, right?
I think it was
Isn't that
called
like-
The Last Indian.
Isn't that like
That might be it.
hey,
Yeah.
isn't that fucking dirt like loose?
No, it's salt. It's an old.
It's salt.
It used to be a sea.
Salt, but I get that. But isn't it like
It's like driving on concrete.
yeah, but it don't look it.
Parts of it are soft, parts of it are hard.
Right. But where they do the most of them, I mean, they
Sounds like
go
my
for
stuff's like-
miles trying to break speed records, and it's like driving on dusty concrete, man.
Yeah.
Triumph Bonneville. That's how it got its name. Is it set a record?
Right. Yeah. The Bonneville. Is it Bonneville Flats
Yeah.
or something?
Bonneville Salt Flats. Yeah, The Last Indian. That was definitely the name of that movie
Yeah.
because he drove an Indian motorcycle.
Right. But it was all, most of it was all handmade pieces that they replaced and stuff.
Suicide Shift.
And he didn't
I
have
don't
a
remember.
helmet or anything when he came out there. They were
A lot of
Yeah.
those old Indians there. I know a guy who had a 48 Indian. It was a Suicide Shift.
Is that what
Yep.
the shifter's right here up next to you?
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it. He did a good job with it too. I was like, fuck that.
It's got a foot clutch.
Yep. That's just dangerous shit for me, man. Fuck that.
I'll tell you what,
Well,
man. I used to
Taking a
love
hand
to
off
ride
the handlebars.
the motorcycles and stuff, but I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but there's so many videos now and the way they act on the roads now. Because I mean, I've seen, you know, I've been cut off by it's just like these fucking bikers I mean, I used to be like, I used to love to ride a motorcycle, but now I'm just like,
Yeah, well, that's just it. They're not bikers. They're fucking idiots.
Some of them.
You know,
all right, you got the
bikers don't do that.
well,
You know what I
then
mean?
you got these, like, I've seen a lot of these videos lately, is like the motorcycle clubs. You know, you're cruising along and there's like a bunch of guys with a motorcycle club, like 10 of them riding in the right hand lane, and you're in the left hand lane, and you go past them,
Yeah.
and you're just out on your weekend cruise having fun by yourself. They fucking follow you down and fuck you up because you pass them, and they're making you some type of example that you're not supposed to break the motorcycle club's rules by passing them or something.
If
Oh
you type,
boy.
if you
Fuck
type
those
in,
guys.
if you want to see something funny about motorcycles, type in Boston. When was it? When the fuck was it? There's a bunch of motorcycles on Interstate 93 in Boston, right in the city of Boston, right going through the tunnel, going to the heart of Boston. And it was fucking chaos.
Are you talking like dirt bikes and four wheelers and stuff like that?
I don't know if it was,
Because that shit happens
I don't
here
know if
on
it's-
Cleveland all the time, man.
but I seen a guy going on in Route 3. Is Route 3 a U.S. route? Or is that just, I don't think so. No.
It's like that in Detroit too. Ohio.
Anyways, he's doing a fucking wheelie. Fucking 70 mile an hour. Those
Yeah.
are the guys I don't feel bad for when they fucking wreck. And they can't have an open casket fucking wake. I don't feel for them because you're an idiot. No more than me, racing, when I had my Monte Carlo, I had a 75 Monte Carlo with a Holly 4-barrel in it. Okay.
Woohoo.
And I would just watch that gas needle go like this.
Yeah,
But-
but it was only 80 cents a gallon.
It was. But I could do it's everything in that thing was stock. I didn't have anything done to it, nothing, all right. And I still had an inch to the floor, and I was clocked 130 miles an hour.
Right.
And we'd race. If I wrecked and I died, that's on me. That's you're just being stupid.
Absolutely.
No, it's on the dealership that sold you the car.
No, this was a shit box. This wasn't a.
No,
dealership.
that's
Well,
only
then it's whoever you bought the car from because they sold it to an untrustworthy person. It's never,
no, that
Mike. It's never your fault, Mike. Never
that's
your
only
fault.
that's
That's a
only
tank.
firearms, Ohio.
This thing was a tank. 75 Monte Carlo. Oh my God, was this thing a tank?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
So-
buddy.
I think my buddy had a 7. I think his was a 74, and that thing, yeah, it was like
Oh, you move.
I think they had the hood alone from the windshield to the front
yeah.
bumper was like
6 feet.
19 feet.
Yeah. But you want to talk about a vehicle you can't drive in the snow?
Yeah.
I still did it. It's you can still do it, but it was just But of course, when the snow hit, I just fucking Oh, it was fucking awesome.
Right.
The donuts.
That's how you learn to drive.
I drove a rear wheel posi traction Camaro in the winters here for years.
If it's a right car, they go pretty good.
I think it was a 94, so it was when they changed the body styles in the early 90s. They went from the Fox body or whatever to that.
Yeah,
Not
I was
the
going to
Fox
buy
body
one.
was Mustangs, but
Yeah, they went from metal to plastic.
even though they went from metal to plastic, the fucking thing was so heavy. It was actually good in the snow. It was a heavy car.
My little brother had one, though. It was the one that had the great big like hatchback window in the back.
Yeah. That's
That
what
was-
mine was.
It had to have been late 90s or mid 90s.
Yeah,
Because
they
I
changed
liked
the
the
body
look of that
style in
car.
'93, and it went to like 2002 or something. Then they quit making it. And then
Yeah.
they brought back with that classic look, like the old '69 Camaro look. The new ones, those are kind of
Cool.
badass. But
Girl across the street from me girl that grew up across the street from me. She had her father went out and bought her a fucking Plymouth Fury with a 440 in it.
Yeehaw.
I said to her, I go, we're going out one night. And she says, I'll drive. I'm like, okay. So I goes, Jesus Christ, how many people can fit in this fucking car? And she goes, that's nothing. You should see the trunk.
Oh
so
yeah.
we're going. She opens the fucking trunk. I'm like, oh my god, you could kill people. This fucking thing was huge, but it was pissing in the winter for her because he wasn't putting her in no. Because that's what it says. It's, hey, Mr. B, why'd you put her in a fucking car that's fucking? He goes, Michael. He goes, winter's coming. He says, I'm not putting her in a fucking Chevy Chevette. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She says he goes, she'll hacky sack that fucking thing home. You know, the old Honda Civics. Remember the old Honda Civics? I'm like, who the fuck would drive one of those fucking things?
Oh yeah, the little tiny one.
They used to last forever, though.
You know, they still do.
Jesus Christ.
My wife's
You hit a fucking mailbox. You hit a mailbox. You're all done.
Yeah, true.
It's like these smart cars. I haven't seen one in a while. I think they're finally off the road because they
Pretty much.
little 2-seater things.
Those stupid smart cars. I'm like,
They had.
You know what's funny is I got a buddy about the same size as me. He might even be bigger than me. We went to an auto show back in probably, I don't know, 2012, maybe something like that. We went to this auto show. It was downtown Columbus, and they had the smart car was there. And well, it's like, let's go have a seat because you could sit in them and shit. He got me driver's side, and I got on the passenger side. We get in this fucking thing thinking it's going to be a joke since we're so big. And we're like sitting right across from each other. We're like, well, goddamn, there's plenty of room in here. There's tons of room for the interior because I guess it runs off a little battery under the seat or something.
The only thing is, though, if somebody farts, you both die of the fumes.
Right. Or roll the window down.
Those cars in real life conditions had a 75% fatality rate in a wreck.
Did they really?
Yeah.
terrible.
That's why they're off the road.
That's terrible.
I was getting my car fixed at someplace, and my insurance was giving me a rental car. And I get to the rental car place is right next to the auto body shop or whatever. So I walk over to the rental car place and tell them I had a reservation for a car and everything, and sign the paperwork. The guy hands me the key, and he's like, it's the blue one out there. And I was like, the fucking Fiat 500?
Jesus.
And he's like, yeah, he's like, is there an issue with that? Because it's like it's what, insurance only going to pay for like the small compact bullshit. Right. And I was like, actually, no, there's not any issue at all. I'll take that fucking thing. Dude, I look like a gorilla riding in a teacup going down the freeway. It was hilarious. But, I mean, I was like, but it was a fun car to drive. I actually had a lot of fun driving. I was actually sad to turn it in and get my piece of shit Pontiac back.
That's like my neighbor was fixing my my Saturn one day, and he brings it to my part-time job, drops it off because I had his truck. And so he calls me. I come outside, and I'm like, I look. It's like Dino Flintstone. He's 6'9".
Wow.
And I'm like, I push the seat all the way back for him too. And it's like, he's like, we're taking my truck. I said, you got no room in your truck. I don't understand how you can't drive this, but I said, you got more leg room here than you do because you can put my seat. The thing on the Saturn went all the way. I swear to God, all the way back to the back seat. I said, because I'm not, the shortest guy in the world. I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I'm not the shortest guy in the world. And I put my seat all the way back, and I'm not hitting the pedal. So
right. Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, he get out of my car and be like, it looked like fucking Dino Flintstone getting in the car.
Yeah. Susie's Jeep is like that. I'm a short guy, like 5'7", 5'7.5", and I can't even get in her Jeep without like cocking my head and feeling claustrophobic. It's built weird.
Do you remember me driving that Jeep, Steve?
Oh yeah, you were stuffed in there. But that was a lot more comfortable than Susie's. It's a Jeep Compass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a Wrangler.
I have to get in head first in that thing. It's
my wife has the Laredo, Grand Cherokee Laredo. It's the same thing. I get in her car. I get in there and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like no room between the.
No.
The hood and the seat, or the roof and the
Well,
seat.
I'll tell you
I
the
don't
one I had.
remember
The other one
that.
I hated was the Hyundai Santa Fe she had. I couldn't drive that thing and wear a hat unless I put the back of the seat down, because
Right.
it hit and I'm like fucking 5'10" if I'm 5'10", and my hat would hit the fucking thing.
Toyota RAV4s, I had the seat like all the way back, and then you know how you can like pump the thing on the lever and it will lower them.
Yeah.
Had to pump all the way down, seat all the way back. Then I had it tilted back, and I still was driving with my head tilted because the ceiling was hitting my fucking head.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
I
make, for
couldn't do it.
SUVs, I don't understand why it's like that.
Well, they're made in fucking Japan, and the average Japanese height is like 5'5" or some shit. You know,
Right.
I don't think they take into the fact that most Americans are over 6 foot now. You know, when it comes, I mean, have
No, I'm short.
Jesus though? I mean, have you seen this generation now that's like in high school and shit? I mean, my sons, they're kind of short. They took after their mom. They didn't get my height, and
Hormones in the milk.
I guess, man. I don't know. They definitely they're kind of pissed off about that too, because they're both like same height at like 5'10" or something, and I'm 6'2". So, but he's got a friend that's fucking 6'9". He's a sophomore in high school or junior in high school. It's like, fuck, this dude's huge. And then, you know, both of my kids were in band for the longest time, you know, when the oldest one was in school. And we go to these football games, and these damn high school kids are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 235. You know, it's like, God damn, these kids are huge. And that's like that's not even a lineman. That's, you know, running back.
Instead of Gen Z, they should have said, you know, like Monster Generation or something.
Something, man. These kids are huge nowadays. I think they put something in Captain Crunch in 1990.
They're still growing small out this way.
I just wanted to add something about people in fitting vehicles. There are just some things that just don't look right. And basketball players shouldn't be driving convertibles, and short people shouldn't be driving monster trucks.
Right?
Why?
Have you ever noticed though, like especially like when you get a large woman, she's always driving a small car, and then the little skinny woman's driving a van.
Or they're trying around the mini bike.
Did you ever see Shaq ride his custom motorcycle?
No, it looks like a fucking grasshopper sitting on a stick or something, doesn't he?
Well,
they built it. Not they
the
built
bike
it right.
was custom built for him by the Orange County guys.
Okay.
But it still looked like he could squeeze his ass and pick it up and walk into the store with it.
Yeah, tall people look fucking freaky. Like my sister's boyfriend has a bike, and they just look weird. Tall people look weird on a motorcycle.
Yeah, my buddy, he got a Honda. What was it? A Honda Rebel. And it was like they made the Rebel. It was like the Honda cheap version, little cruiser bike, and they made it in like 250 and then like a 500cc, I think. And he had that little 250cc, and I said, "Let me ride that thing." And it was, you know, to him, it was like this is what it seemed like. He's riding almost like he's riding a big ass Harley or something. And then when I got on it, I was like this.
Yeah, it's like the old RM 180s and 125s and 80s. You get it on an RM, right?
Oh,
Back in the old days, you needed a fucking ladder to get on the fucking thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like, and if you weren't heavy, you better give it some gas, because you're going right over.
My
toes, and I was only on an 80, and my toes wouldn't even hit the ground. I was like this, and I'm like, oh fuck. Yep.
An RM was my first motorcycle, Mikey. It was an RM60. That thing was.
They don't make bikes like that anymore. Those
my God!
You could beat the piss out of them.
Yeah, I had an RM60, and then I ended up getting a CR80, and then I got a Yamaha YZ125, and
Oh,
then
the old YZ.
yeah, and then the four wheelers started getting big, so everybody was buying four wheelers, and then that's when I started getting into four wheelers too.
Yeah, you damn near killed yourself.
I don't
Yeah,
know four-wheelers.
sure
I
did.
Should have
like
stuck
that.
to motorcycles.
I probably would have done this fucking, I don't know, probably would have been worse on a motorcycle because I
Well,
never
they
was.
I won't ride. I won't ride now because of cell phones.
Yeah, right.
I just
Well,
don't,
they
I
say
don't-
what happens when you get on a four-wheeler and a three-wheeler, you get a false sense of security, thinking you're indestructible,
yeah.
and you
Oh, the
start
first-
doing the same shit as a motorcycle.
First thing I did on a three wheeler was I took it out. We got it out of the truck and took it around the back of the house, started it up, and my dad said, "All right, give her a spin." First thing I did was take off straight, slowed down, turned around, came back, just a straight out and back. Got almost back to where my dad was standing and started hitting the brakes. And the first thing I did was instinct to put my feet down when I come to a stop.
Oh,
And I
Lord.
ran my legs over with the back two tires.
Oh,
And then it sucks you down and racks your balls
yeah.
against the seat real hard. Your head flops off the handlebars. You learn real fast not to put your feet down.
yeah, buddy. Put your feet down.
Oh man. Yeah, just
Who are you, Fred Flintstone?
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
just when you're used to murder, or my buddy, his thing was when he was riding a three wheeler, he would always go around a corner and try to put his foot out like you do a motorcycle, to balance yourself a little bit.
Right.
He would do that.
No, they got rid of those because of the fucking kids
The
getting
fucking-
killed on them.
3-wheel death machines. I had 2 of them.
I think there was actually lawsuits and stuff against them.
They
Yeah,
weren't
there
built
was.
right. Well, they weren't built right. I mean,
I'm trying to
the
think.
wheelbase was terrible on it. They were too short. You know what I'm saying? It was just short as in lengthwise, not short as in heightwise.
I know.
The
Um,
tires were too tall for the
Yep.
for the
and
width.
it just was not built right whatsoever.
Well, three wheels is not fucking stable anyway. You know what I mean? And then you're going,
Well, no, but you can get a 3-wheel motorcycle right now that is stable,
Yeah,
right,
but the
like
thing
those spider
is,
bikes.
they put 2 wheels on the front and
And
1
look how-
wheel on the back.
But look
And
how
it makes
far.
it-
But look how far
makes it-
apart those are.
Yeah, but it makes it much more stable.
Right, but if they could have did that with the old 3-wheelers, the old fucking 3-wheelers, if they made them. Because look at all the
Yeah.
guys that had trikes for street bikes. All those rear tires were all nice and wide. That's what I'm saying. It was
so
Right.
I mean,
short.
you know
It
what?
was a
It's
short
sucked-
base.
It sucked that they outlawed them and everything. I understand why they did it, but when you grew up on them, and you never really got. I mean, I got hurt on these fucking things, but not anything that would change my mind and not get on another one.
Isn't that
But-
what you broke your back on?
I broke my back on a 4-wheeler, yeah. And I'd hop on, and if you had one, I'd hop on it right now and ride it. I don't have it. I'll never learn my lesson when it comes to motorcycles and 4-wheelers and shit, dude.
I tell you what,
I won't. If you put me on that 4-wheeler and say climb that mountain, like where it happened, I'd tell you to fucking go to hell because
you grew,
I knew
grew
that. I
into your
know the
brain.
outcome of that one. You know what I mean? That was
That
the unbelievable.
4-wheeler, that 4-wheeler we got, that 400. If you wanted to, you could hurt yourself on that son of a bitch because it's got all the power.
But you're using it. But you're using it more as a work thing, and recreational. So you're using it for what it's meant to be. You take that snowplow and trailer off, and then start jumping hills and shit with it. And you start having fun. The next thing you know, that's when you get hurt.
Yeah. And at almost 65 years old, you don't heal up very
You
well.
don't
so.
heal up.
That broken hip could do you in. I nailed it today going out the driveway. I was trying to dig up the driveway a little bit, so I goosed it.
The insurance charge.
It went from 0 to yikes in like a millisecond.
Yeah. Well, I got one. My last one I had was a Polaris, and it was a Polaris Magnum 425, 4-wheel drive. It was like a workhorse one, kind of like yours. You know what I mean? It was made for that. And the kids were real small, and I had a sled tied to it, and I was driving around the backyard real slow with them, dragging them all, And my wife came out. She always had a little bit of an issue with, the 4-wheeler, of course wives do. But
You're gonna hurt somebody.
well, you're gonna hurt yourself. She was always, worried that I'd do something stupid. Which I did.
That's why you don't let your wife watch Family Guy.
Right. Spoiler alert, I did something stupid.
Hold my beer.
She came out and said, dinner was ready or whatever. So the kids went to go inside. So I untied the sled and put it up in the shed. We had ramps that went up into the shed, and I would park it in there. But I was too close to hit the angle to pull it in there, so I decided just to do a little turnaround real quick. Decided to goose it in the snow a little bit. Those tires were spinning. I was sliding it sideways, and it hit some dried grass that didn't have no snow on it. Threw my ass right into the shed.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
Yeah,
That's what I worry about. Slide, like, if I try to turn around in my road, I have to hit the snowbank and then back up to make, do a 3-point turn.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll move my ass over a little bit and nail the throttle to spin it around. And I'm always worried about hitting the chunk of that frozen gravel and doink.
Doink.
But the thing is pretty stable and the tires aren't real bouncy. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely, man. They're, like I said, I've been hurt on them. I've hurt myself pretty bad. But
Snowmobiles terrify me.
oh my God, dude! The first time I ever rode a snowmobile, I did not realize how fucking fast a snowmobile can
Well,
go.
yeah.
Oh my God, it was a 2-stroke, and I mean, it was just like when you twisted that throttle, it took off and it took off like a bat out of hell. That thing was. I've only rode one.
Could you imagine riding a snowmobile, how fast you could get going on my gun range on that power line?
Oh, Jesus. Easily over 100 because and the thing is, I don't know how fast I was going. I don't know. But it felt like I was close to death. So I let off. You know what I mean?
I think the highest I was.
Well, I've seen guys slide across ponds in those things.
And I was scared shitless doing it too.
Yeah, when I left Michigan, top speed on a regular snowmobile was about 40 miles an hour on bogey wheels. When I came, that was one of my biggest shockers when I came back and seen it all jacked up with shocks and all that stuff. I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah,
Ew.
It looked like a damn motorcycle.
What do you got, Mike?
Avocado.
Buh.
An avocado.
I wish that avocado company would give a different toy. Every time I get the same fucking wooden ball every time I get one.
Friend of mine sent me an avocado. Another very nice gift. Isn't that right, young lady?
Yes, I sent you an avocado.
Maybe Jay Watt was right.
They must have lost the note that said "stick it up your rear end."
No. That's why I was pissed when I went fishing and catching anything. I didn't do any videos when I was ice fishing. It's too hot because I'm trying to, because I don't have a stand or nothing like everybody else does. So,
Sure.
and I still don't. All right. So while I'm on that subject, if I do a video on my phone, okay, I can only post it right away. I can't save it because I want to put it on the laptop, right? So they told me, Mike, little thingy, put it in the end of your phone, and then put it into your computer. Well, guess what? I do that and still don't work.
Hmm.
So that's why I couldn't do a video. But I was gonna do one because I would have been back here if I caught one.
Your cell phone doesn't plug into your computer?
No, I can, but it doesn't. It won't download whatever the hell I want to put on the computer.
That's weird.
Why don't
You know
you
what I'm
just record on your cell phone, and then when you pull up YouTube and you hit the plus button to add a video and you pick it from your camera
Right,
roll.
but I want to edit it and all that shit, and I can't do that from my phone.
Right.
you-
All you can do on a cell phone is keep pausing it. Instead of shutting the video off, you pause it and then
No, I
do
know
the
that.
next segment.
Right. So, but anyways,
I
if I caught one,
phone.
because he took he wasn't supposed to. We're only supposed to keep one pike in Massachusetts. He took them both.
Oh.
But because I told him, give me one of those. You're only supposed to have one. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, oh yeah, look at the rules. He said, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking both. I'm like, oh, I don't care. I'm just saying. Because I wanted to use that blade knife.
Okay.
But I will do it.
Cool.
Well, my
Hey,
kids
SKF.
whole camera set up to film him catching that fish. I did not have a whole setup. SKS, how are you? Good to see you.
KS.
I did not have a whole setup. I never bought the stand for my little GoPro, so I have no. You know what I mean? I mean, I probably could have put it on a. No, well, I mean, I probably could have put it on a sled. It would have been ice level, but I don't know. But
Hey,
the days I went by myself, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Hey, check out my $7 lantern.
Cool. I like it a lot.
Oh, and then it's got
I bought
it's got the woo woo.
The
bought
disco light.
I bought some shit from Temu. I found some buddy of mine at work actually told me he's like, you gotta get him. He says the stupid money. I'm like, all right. I bought a bag of 100 dish. What did I use for the trout?
Wax worms.
Thank you with the red eye. The beige, Steve, the beige ones with the red eye, with the red. And
Holy
because
shit.
we use mealworms for the trout that day.
Okay.
That cool.
The day Ed and I went fishing, we used meal. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. I talked to Ed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we used to use mealworms, and
Yeah.
we'd use corn out of canned corn,
Oh really?
and little chunks of Velveeta. We'd use that for trout
Yeah.
too.
Oh really?
I don't know if it's still the rule, but in Michigan, it was illegal to use corn for trout fishing.
Was it?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think they digest right or something.
It
Well,
doesn't go just right with anybody.
It's like us. We don't.
Hey, right on.
Right. Corn.
Yeah.
Corn's reusable. All you gotta do is rinse it off. But you guys don't have a corn strainer in your sink?
The corn sieve.
Am I the only one that has one of these?
Dad, that's the third night in a row we had corn.
Strainer in the kitchen sink.
Oh.
There's a grape seed in my corn.
It's worse if you try to filter it out in the summertime because you got watermelon seeds and corn.
Well, I think you just cured the starvation problem. They can just keep re-eating the corn.
Corn. Just feed everybody corn. Just
Renew it.
everybody get their corn strainer.
Now remember, nobody chew. Just swallow it. We get four extra uses out of it. Boy, that went down a rabbit hole, didn't it? Strange you say that. I just had corn tonight for dinner.
That's what's for lunch tomorrow.
You got a big pot of mushroom soup full of corn, potatoes, ham.
Well, I just discovered a big drawback to an outhouse. You can't recover your corn.
No, you gotta get a corn net for that.
Corn net.
Dude, you need you need to go on Etsy and sell that shit.
You lift the seat up and you put the corn net down and it droops kind of like one of those old nets that you catch fish with. And you put the seat on and then you do your business and then you lift the seat up, pull your corn net out. Just
Honey, we need a new corn net.
Corn.
And you go to the kitchen sink and you put it in a corn strainer and you stir it out.
Or you can just do what I used to do to drunk people and put fucking cellophane in their toilet.
Yeah.
Gee, what?
I know, right, Jay? What? He makes fucking Susan do everything.
That was the strangest shift over to a food chat I've ever heard.
I got a.
Hey, have you ever heard of corn cob soup? I guess it was a big thing. It was a big thing back during the Depression.
Yeah.
We were watching a show and they were talking about it on some show. And of course,
Right.
you eat your corn, but then you take the corn cobs, you throw them, and they would boil the corn cobs and make soup out of the corn cobs.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
No.
desperate, man.
I guess that was big during the Depression or something.
I'd rather go shoot a squirrel.
That and a big old scoop of lard on your plate
Yeah.
kept you alive.
I don't understand why it was. I grew up. There was fucking 80 million fucking pigeons everywhere. They should have shot the fucking pigeons.
Right?
The other day when I drove down to see my dad, they had a lot of flooding in that part of the state, and you could see it was really bad. And we seen like a washing machine and a trampoline and stuff was all like pushed where the water had pushed it up on the side of the mountain and stuff. And it was just the roads were still covered in mud and everything. But
Right, Jay. What?
we come around the corner and up this hill, and you can see in the trees fucking hundreds. So many you couldn't even count them.
Corn stalks.
Buzzards. Never seen that many buzzards in my life.
Wow, that's scary.
A lot of times you see like 3 or 4. You're like, wow, look at all the buzzards. When you see like 3 or 4 hanging out together, there was hundreds of them up in the trees.
Now, when you say buzzards, you mean turkey vultures?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we got a couple of eagles hanging around the house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Always see it. I never see them, close. They're always like just kind of circling.
Well, you got Austrian pines nearby.
Most of the big ones are white pines. There's a few Austrians, but not that many.
I was gonna say, from your videos, you have a lot of white pine out there.
Well, don't eagles like to nest in Austrian pines because they got a flat top?
I have seen eagle nests in great big giant pine trees before. Yes. I don't know if they prefer them.
Austrian pines go flat once they get so big. They look like they've been topped off.
Oh, really?
They'll nest on a broken one.
I have a
Yeah.
collection. I have a collection of treetops. Austrian pine treetops.
I've only seen a bald eagle once, like in the wild.
Really?
There's a few that are
You gotta
My
get the fuck out of Ohio.
there's a bunch down by where my mom lives, and I mean I've never seen them, but my mom will always call and tell me, "Oh, the eagle, we seen the eagle again today," and stuff like that. But
I see them in New Hampshire.
I was in Cumberland, Kentucky when I seen the bald eagle, and it.
Oh.
We were out on the lake, and it snatched a fish out of the lake and took off. It was
Right
awesome.
on.
The closest one I ever saw, we were in Maine, and he was eating something off the road or grabbing something, killing something in the road, whatever. And we come up over this little hill, and he fucking took off, and I was fucking 6 feet from it, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's a big bird!"
Yeah, they make you want to get out of the car and salute or something.
You know,
It's weird.
it was fucking huge.
But I don't know if you've seen my.
But all the rest are in the, all the rest are in the air. You know,
Right. That's one thing. You ain't gonna catch no bald eagle eating no corn.
This is my, here's my profile picture on Facebook.
Cool.
Is that a Canadian goose?
That's a Canadian goose.
it was. Well, his goose is cooked.
And that was so cool a couple weeks ago when I was taking pictures outside, and here comes a freaking bald eagle. And we got eagles returning around in this area, but to see it from my backyard and to actually have the big white head, and it was a male, and it's like, oh my
Cool.
God.
Yeah.
Very cool.
One of the guys I watched from Maine, he'll be up by himself in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the week, whatever. And
Hey, baby.
some of the fish that he won't want, he'll throw on the ice. And then he'll take a snowmobile, go down, and here comes that fucking thing come right out of the fucking trees. You know what? I was surprised to know that when they hunt, even not just eagles, hawks and everything too, prey animals, when they hunt, they're fucking, what do you call it, is not good. The ratio of getting something and not getting something.
Making a catch, yeah.
Yes.
It's not.
It's not good.
What, eagles?
For a lot of prey animals.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, dude, I've seen some pretty
Not
cool.
like lions and tigers, but I mean like other ones, birds, snakes. You know what I mean? It's the weirdest thing. You would think that, okay, that's not hard. Because I see hawks being chased by fucking black crows all the time because they'll go after the black crows young.
I've seen hawks get chased off by fucking starlings and shit. There's enough of them.
You know? But yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
I've seen some videos of like the night vision videos and stuff, and some owls making some badass snatches on mice and shit in the middle of the woods underneath. I mean, shit where you wouldn't think an owl would be able to fly into, and they'll fly right into shit. Sticker bushes or whatever, man. All that shit that grows up underneath the trees in the thick woods.
You're an
Right.
asshole. Tell you what.
I was on a job site one time, and I went out to my vehicle to have a smoke, and there was a little round decorative bush out in front of this house, like a fire bush or whatever, but there was no leaves on it, and it was full of sparrows. And out of the corner of my eye, I caught this movement, and this hawk came down and did a total kamikaze right in the middle of that bush and snatched a sparrow. And I sat there thinking, I said, man, you risked your breaking your legs and your wings and poking your eyes out just to get that little bitty sparrow. I thought that was weird.
Man, you really thought deep into it about risking, the eyes. I didn't think about that. It was just
Trying to make my smoke last longer.
yeah. But
It's like, risking life and limb for one little sparrow going into that. I mean, he hit that bush so fast, the whole bush shook, It's like, holy crap, dude. I think a squirrel would be a better target.
Yeah.
So we were hunting one year up in Maine, and fucking, but kid, I'm walking up this trail. And he goes, Mike, there's deer there. I just scope and see if it's a buck. So he scopes. He says, Mike, it's a buck. I goes, all right, have fun. He says, you're not going to shoot at it? I said, first of all, that's probably 200 yards away. I go, we could probably hit it. Now we got to track it. He says, yeah. I says, do you really want to climb that fucking mountain right there? Guess what? I don't. I said, guess what else? What? I'm not dragging. I said, we are fucking 4 miles from the fucking truck. I am not dragging it. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. He says, why are we all the way up here? I said, because you wanted to come, so I came with you.
See, that's why you need to go hunting with a big giant drone. You could just bring it down and lift the deer up and fly it back to camp. How
Yeah,
nice would that be?
one of them big crop duster drones.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, what happened to all the drone sightings?
But they told us or it was nothing really.
They were probably told, stop talking about it.
Oh yeah, that.
Last I heard that the people in, they're holding a press conference and asking questions or whatever. Somebody in politics in the government, and they were asked about it, and they said that basically they used a blanket statement and said that they all had certifications or whatever it is to fly them, but they didn't get into detail.
I just thought it was weird. All of a sudden, boop, you don't hear another word. It was like the biggest news article for a week. All of a sudden, nothing.
Maybe there was something else that was more important to talk about.
I thought they were
Try run.
equipped. I thought they were government drones that were equipped with like some type of sensors that were testing the air. Is what they said.
I don't know. I never did hear the full story.
Yeah, I don't know. Heard something about.
It was kind of vague.
And people want to know why you have to fucking, why you have, if you have a special type of drone, you have to have it fucking drone and all that bullshit. I forget the rule. If it's a certain something, right?
You got to have a FFA license or whatever if you want to do commercial. If you want to do commercial drone stuff, like if you want to, like, photograph certain things and sell it for movies or just TV shows or news or anything like that, or if you want to, a lot of contractors, like roofing contractors, and insurance companies, we use drones to go up and look at the damage done to a house. But those are also considered commercial, so they got to have that license. But if you just want to fly a drone yourself and not be commercial, you don't need a license. You used to, but they got rid of that rule or law or whatever it was.
I think it's state by state.
Yeah.
Well,
I know. Here in New Hampshire, Mass, and Maine, you can't. It's like flying, right? It's like flying in an airplane. You can't hunt the same day that you use a drone. You can't hunt that day. If you're in the woods with a drone and you have that up in the air, you cannot hunt that day.
But your buddy can.
But it makes it. I mean, I agree with the rule. It's all about fair chase. It's all about.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. It's not as sporting if you're using a drone.
Yep. Same thing with the guys that go out, move something in Alaska. Most of them have to fly in, right? They can't. They see, 4 bull moose or whatever. They can't do. They can't even go towards them. They can't even. They can't. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying that they can't. They're not supposed to. They're not.
Legally.
They go shoot hogs from helicopters.
Or shoot them from Dish's drones that she has. She's got them tactical drones towards your daylight.
Right.
Take out some hogs with that.
I want to be behind a machine gun, go up, Texas there where you can hire a guy in a helicopter and a couple of fully auto
That's fun to watch.
firearms. That sounds like a good time.
I wonder how much that costs.
Right.
I'm sure it's a
$300 a
charter,
minute.
so
I'm going to Google that and find out how much a trip like that costs.
Fucking
That'd be cool.
22 degrees.
Poor Susie's gonna be all alone for a few weeks.
yeah.
He's gonna be out shooting hogs down in Texas.
That's what I'm trying to do. I want to go hog hunting, but I want to go all the way down to fucking like Florida and shit. So I'm trying to find the closest fucking state to, in the south.
Right.
To me, that'll happen. I can go hog hunting.
I think Pennsylvania has a hog issue.
Yeah, so does Ohio. So do we, but mostly in southern Ohio, I think.
I have to go see my cousin then.
I know there's a lot. There's a lot in West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia's still a far ride for me.
Getting late.
I like to do like, Maryland, Northern Virginia. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna be there in 8 hours, 7 hours.
I bet you they got hunting closer than that, though.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to do a high fence hunt. You know what I mean?
You guys see video clips of Komodo dragon eating a hog, eating one of them wild hogs?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they swallow them whole just like any other reptile. They're fucking huge.
Damn.
Yeah, but did you ever see when the anacondas did that? They eat like a deer and shit, or they eat something big, and then they fucking explode.
Split open.
Yeah, they fucking commit suicide by eating.
Those damn dragons, man, they're something else.
Yeah, this saliva's poisonous and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just found that out. They thought it was a bacterial thing, but they found out it's actually venom.
It's toxic.
It's got a paralytic in it.
It's not too far to travel. It's just, I can't travel right now.
I remember watching that Steve Irwin or whatever
Nails.
island,
Yeah.
and he was crawling up on one and shit. He was like, "It's like this fucking dude's crazy, man."
Yeah, considering those fucking dragons can move.
Then they had one chasing the cameraman. It was running after the camera.
Yeah.
You get to see him coming at you. It's like, damn.
No, that's when you pull out, that's just when you pull out your 9 and go boom right in the head. Yes,
I don't know. That thing was coming at you quick. I don't know if you'd be able to get a shot off on it before it got you.
The thing is, the way they run, it's like they're bobbing and weaving. How do you get a aim on that damn thing?
All right, so carry a shotgun with fucking buckshot in it.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm sure they're protected, right?
I have no idea. I mean, there's a lot of animals that are protected, but if they're attacking you, you have the right to still,
Yeah, but not on an island because you chose to go there.
I don't know.
There's a difference between a bear stalking you on the back of the property and you putting yourself in a bear den. There's a difference,
I'm good with bears.
My uncle showed me a picture last time I was over of him crawling into a bear den that him and his buddy found. And the bear was in there.
I'm good.
He said he crawled in there and the bear just kind of turned around and looked at him. Then he crawled out. That's like, you're out of your mind.
No thanks.
I walked by one though, and it fucking freaked me right the fuck out all over again.
A den?
Well, because I got freaked out years ago in the woods with the bear. Remember that I told you that story? So, I was coming out of the woods, and I'm coming out. The giant fucking bull, and I'm walking around that ridge, and you can see a little bit of steam coming out of this, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Somebody over there fucking smoking? Nope.
Nope. Back up.
You know, I've never seen one, and I don't know what one looks like to this day. So I don't know how many times I've walked past one.
Oh, I will guarantee you, you've walked by it without even knowing it.
I probably sat next to one squirrel hunting and didn't even know it. Who
And
knows?
the only reason I knew what it was is because it was winter.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I knew what it was, because it was winter. If it wasn't winter, I'd have walked right by, not even fucking, or been stooping up to sit there and have a smoke on it for all I know, but I would have walked right by and not even seen it. The only reason I knew it was because it was winter.
Yeah, there's we used to hunt in southern Ohio a lot. And my dad owned land down there, and we had a camper that we kept on the land. And we'd go down every weekend, and we'd do, squirrel hunt. We'd squirrel hunt, we'd turkey hunt, and then deer hunt down there every season. And we found some bear tracks one time, and was like, it was rare for, to find bear tracks in Ohio at that time. And that was probably in the 80s and early 90s. And now, man, them bear, they're all over the place down there now. And they're up all the way up by where I'm at. I'm in northern Ohio, and we have a lot of black bear here too. It's good to see the population of some of these animals coming back.
We got one hanging around in my town.
I watched a YouTube video the other day of a guy shooting a bear, and I just said, man, I don't think I would do that. I don't know.
I've never had the hankering, but now that I'm up here, maybe. But it's so hard to get a permit up here. It's a lottery thing, and it's your chances are so slim.
I watched a lot of bear hunting videos, and the only thing that would probably bother me is the fucking the death growl, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Death moan. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
No other animal that I know of does that.
I've heard deer do it.
I never heard
and it's creepy. I shot a doe one time with an arrow, and she started bawling like that. And it's like, shut up already. Stop, you're creeping me out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I wanted to kill a bear. I don't like, particularly like when people kill like the red fox.
Bear meat's good. If you ever had it, it's good.
Bear meat is? I heard it's stringy.
I didn't have it in steak form. I had it in hamburger form.
Wait, what did you have?
I had ground burger.
Bear.
Oh, bear.
Yep.
I didn't hear what you said. Because I started talking about a fox, I thought you were talking about fox meat. I was like, what the fuck?
I'd eat a fox before a coyote.
Oh yeah, I think I would too, probably if I needed to.
Probably the back strap only, but I would if I had to.
You probably got a pack of those up in your neighborhood there, Steve. Coyotes?
What? Oh, they just had a tournament up here. They shot 6 right by my uncle's house. And that was just 2 guys. Yeah, we got coyotes up the wazoo.
We have them like crazy here.
Matter of fact, I get coyote poop right in my driveway.
3 o'clock in the morning, ambulance goes down the road with the sirens. As soon as it goes by, all you hear is them fucking hundreds of coyotes all over the place. They're everywhere up here. I mean, what do you expect? You have all this land and stuff, and then people build houses and complexes, suburbs and everything else out in these areas, and then
the thing is,
many coyotes Because they've been here forever. That's why.
No, they haven't.
For you.
Coyotes in this part of the country is basically a recent thing because they couldn't cross the Mississippi. It took them quite a while, and then finally they invaded. I
Really?
remember hunting in Michigan, and there were no coyotes.
Really?
And all of a sudden they showed up.
I always remember coyotes up in this area. Always.
Yeah, at one time you didn't hear coyote stories.
Yep.
There were
mean,
bunny rabbits
And
everywhere.
they're big out here too. They ain't no 20 pounds.
Once I start
No.
thinking about it, I don't think we talked about coyotes in Ohio until probably late 90s, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not your New Mexico, Arizona fucking coyotes.
No, they're not.
These are fucking big boys.
Yeah. They crossed the Mississippi and they came down from Canada and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
the eastern coyote, they did a DNA sample. They have wolf DNA. That's why they're so big.
Well, yeah, a lot of them. Yeah,
Well, isn't there some like hybrid?
yeah, all canines.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
coyote
canines have.
right now?
They breed with dogs.
Coy wolf, isn't it? Isn't that what they
Yep.
call
Yep.
And coy dogs.
Coy dogs.
Let me hit that.
Unfortunately, they're worthless as far as pelts go. Oh, and by the way, everybody, all the trapping channels are getting shut down on YouTube and demonetized.
No.
Yep. And most of the hunting channels now, they're really going after them.
You know, shooting sports needs to be left alone. Trapping, all of that, man. You can't just hide a culture
Right?
and sports
Even
and
the-
hobbies and necessity.
Even the Canadian channels, they're demonetizing and shutting them down. Threatening them. Cruel, what does YouTube say? I don't know, something cruelty to animals. So it's a anti-trapping, biased.
Too many whiners got through.
Yep.
Peter.
Fucking hair.
It seems like we're going to have to
Oh
make this
shit.
couple.
25 past 12.
Well,
All right,
you can watch videos of gang fights,
Yeah.
chats and everything else.
Beating each other up.
And a mother breastfeeding her fucking 9-year-old.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much naked chicks do get
All right,
Once they
folks.
get that teeth, it's time to.
Doobie.
Speaking of time, it is
Puff,
time.
puff, pass.
It's just about
Holy
25
crap.
past 12. My
Okey
time,
dokey.
anyways.
Yep.
it's early yet.
I know.
Yeah, it's old people get tired earlier now. None of that 4 o'clock in the morning crap anymore.
The only time I see 4 o'clock in the morning is to get up to take a piss.
Ditto. Get up to feed the wood stove.
That's what old people do. Get up 42 times a night to piss. But anyway,
Just old people with prostate problems.
piss all fucking day long. Coffee. It's like I'm drinking beers again. I drink 2 coffees and fucking piss out fucking 3 of them, for Christ's sakes.
You know what? Susie and I have been noticing that. I wonder if there's something weird behind it.
Yeah, it's how we're getting old.
Oh, that.
All right. We're gonna get out of here. We'll do my best to do one next weekend. I'm not gonna say Friday or Saturday, but I will do my best.
Mike, thanks for having a chat. I had a blast, buddy.
Me too.
It's a good
Yeah.
time.
Even though you don't like Musk.
He's so fucking. He looks like a fucking.
Bro, you
I'd
can't
say what he looks
that.
like,
He's
but then I get my
African.
channel shut down. I'd say I get my. He looks like Corky. How's that?
Oh, you must be getting him confused with Zuckerberg.
I
No,
don't
you
know.
remember Corky?
Hey man, you are making fun of. I mean, he does have Asperger's, so he is.
Asperger's.
He's got more than Asperger's. He's a fucking tad. Isn't
My
that
son
right,
has
Dish?
Asperger's and he doesn't act like that guy.
Yeah, no. I have
He's
relatives that have Asperger's.
excited.
No, he's not. Let me tell you something. He's a fuck. He's out there.
The guy is a humanitarian.
I don't give a fuck if he's a humanitarian. Him and his electric cars, he can go fucking charge himself for all I give a fuck. Take one of those fucking chargers and stick it right up his ass. Turn that thing on. Stupidest thing ever invented. Electric cars. So we all, I don't want to leave my blueprint. Okay. Well, guess what? I don't want to drive to West Virginia. I don't want to fly to West Virginia. I want to drive. Well, now it's going to take me about fucking 13 more hours to get there because I have to fucking wait 4 hours for my fucking car to charge.
Hey, Mike. Biden got voted out. We don't have to worry about electric cars. You now have a choice. That got poo-pooed.
Yeah, don't worry. You only got fucking 4 years left. So then what?
Yeah.
And then hopefully we got.
Then Elon's gonna run.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
If he survives this 4 years, people still like him.
Let's hope someone takes a pot shot at him and doesn't hit him in the ear, hits him in the fucking head.
Hey. Be nice.
That was nice. Right, Dish?
Right.
See, Dish agrees with me. That's all that matters.
Dish loves Elon.
Oh,
I don't even want his money.
like that puny little nose he has.
Oh, he just looks like you know who he looks like? He looks like that kid that got stuffed in a fucking locker 5 days a week at school.
Let me ask you this question real quick then.
Wait a minute. You know what he looks like to me? Success. That's what he looks like to me.
Not me, man.
If you hate him so much,
I don't hate him. I just don't like him.
and they decide to send out the taxpayers that check for $5,000, are you going to accept it or are you going to send it back?
Why would they send me $5,000?
Because they're finding all this wasteful money.
Yeah.
And there's talks about sending taxpayers.
That doesn't mean you have to like him.
Well, how about keeping your fucking money, right? And giving it to fucking I don't know, people that need it.
It ain't keeping his money. It's keeping your money. It's tax refund.
It's your money. He's returning it to you.
I guarantee fucking to you, I won't see 10 cents. I guarantee I won't see 10 cents. That's because he doesn't like my girl Hillary.
I would almost bet my check against your check on that one.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm not going to see 10 cents.
Yeah, the wife's going to get it.
She ain't going to see 10 cents either. I didn't get the last, what do you call it either? Remember how they were sending out all that money for fucking COVID?
The stimulus check?
I got the first one. I didn't get the second. Or the third one. Or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, it's probably that other Mike DeLucia YouTube channel got it.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't want a $5,000
Mike's bitch.
check. I want $25,000
I don't know, what's $5 grand? It's like, that's going to cover the fucking bills.
to pay my house off.
I'm not going to complain. Oh, by the way, I bought my sawmill.
Did you?
All
Yep.
right.
All right.
Just waiting for the shipping. That $5 grand would pay for it, and I'd have a lot of extra.
Just don't forget. Just give me a spot for my tent.
Don't forget what?
Don't
My
forget the
spot,
little people.
my spot for my
Right.
tent dish.
Right on. I'll build you a nice little deck so you don't even have to put your tent in the weeds.
You know what I mean? Dish. We can be like Stump. We go out on the deck. Fucking cup of coffee. See a deer, shoot a deer.
Yep, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Mike, I know from experience she prefers cherry Coke.
So, let's make it happen.
You go, girl.
Sitting on a tailgate, kicking my feet, sipping a cherry Coke with my girl.
She don't like cherry Coke.
After I had to threaten her to show up
Yeah.
because she was scared.
I had a person not wanting me to show up.
Listen to me. Wouldn't you be scared if fucking Stalker Steve wanted to fucking meet you?
He wasn't Stalker Steve then. He was somebody else.
Somebody else.
No, I was Stalker Steve.
Were
You guys named me right
That was
when I got
Michelle.
on the chat.
Oh, okay.
Soon after.
That was Dish's old boss.
Yeah, the old boss.
All right, you guys, I gotta get out of here.
All right.
Right on.
All right, we'll see you.
It's Oreo
Thanks, everybody.
cookie time.
Enjoy.